I've been living in Fort Greene since 1990. I came to the neighborhood because we were already familiar with it. My husband was born and spent a good deal of his childhood in the neighborhood. We were looking for a home that we could afford, and it was clear that Fort Greene was the place to be. The quality of the housing stock, the transportation, the parks, everything was exactly what we were looking for. There were very few banks, there were no bookstores, and there were few if any restaurants. So when we look at the Fort Greene and Clinton Hill today, it's very different. I think for families living here at that time, there was some amount of crime. The park wasn't as safe as it is now. I became connected to PAC because I had been involved in educational advocacy work in the neighborhood. My son went to PS20 and I was active in the PTA. But professionally, my background is affordable housing, and so I really wanted to dedicate some volunteer time where I felt like I had real strengths, and so I sought PAC out and very quickly was impressed with the quality of the work and chose to volunteer and eventually join the board of directors. PAC values community and a vision of community that I share in terms of trying to create a diverse community, creating opportunities for longtime residents in Clinton Hill and Fort Greene and Bed-Stuy to be able to remain in the neighborhoods that they've been a part of so long, despite escalating housing prices. And I think the dedication that PAC brings to that work by building affordable housing and providing opportunities for families and individuals at various income levels to remain in this community and to play a vital part of our cultural life is really important. I think unfortunately so many of our neighbors don't know about PAC. We might pass by one of PAC's offices and not even register that it's there, or we might not know exactly the services that it provides. So for me, I think I would love to be able to let more of our neighbors know about the value of PAC's work, because I think for folks who've chosen to live in Fort Greene, presumably you could live in a lot of other neighborhoods, but there's something unique about this community, both in terms of its architecture and its people, that is worth preserving, and I think a lot of folks would be happy to support that mission if they knew more about us. I support PAC because this is my neighborhood and this is my community. I know the quality of the work that PAC does, both in terms of affordable housing and also economic development. These are the values and the programs that really speak to me, and I know that when I make a contribution to PAC that it's really going to translate into tangible benefits in the neighborhood that me and my family call home.